if you don't wear an apron at home all the time so you don't get food on yourself, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you need to get an apron. It like saved so many of my clothes, you guys. I don't know why it took so long to start wearing an apron. It's morning. You have bedhead hair. I have makeup on from yesterday if you're watching. I'm Amanda. I am the host of the Simple Weight Loss for Busy Moms podcast. And if you've been listening for a while, you know that I have a full-time job. I'm super busy with my kids, my home, my dogs, my house. My husband and I always have like stuff on the calendar. I've been struggling even to have time to sit down and do the podcast. I thought it would be an easier solution for me to do these like quick mini episodes, and they are on video. So if you're listening, pop over to YouTube and you can actually see me. It's been a goal of mine to do more video. So here I am, and I hopefully will do my next full episode on video. I need to have my notes in front of me, so I'm practicing with reading off a teleprompter and things like that. So I just want it to be a good experience for you guys. But this is my first mini episode. It's not very long, just me kind of giving quick tips. Today's episode is about meal prepping and how to save time meal prepping, and how I feel like it's important for you to cook for yourself at home. So welcome to the mini episode. The episode that I'm preparing, the longer episode that I'm preparing, is about body image, realistic versus unrealistic expectations when you're on a weight loss journey. So I think it's a really important episode. Make sure you're following the podcast and subscribing on YouTube so you can make sure you can be around when that one gets published. And if you haven't already and you're joining me for the first time, welcome. I have a really great series called How to Lose Weight. It starts at episode 30. It's 8 weeks long, and it's like I'm coaching you one-to-one for free. Make sure to check that out. It will teach you every single skill, every single step to lose weight. All right, enjoy today's episode. So I've been wanting to do video for a long time. I think it's really important that you guys see me, that I'm not like a fancy person. I have like a 1980s kitchen. I I have like a modestly sized house. When I do my podcast, I'm at my desk where I work remote at home. Like, my desk is covered in like all my work for the hospital. Like, it's wild and crazy around here. But I've been struggling with getting my podcast done. It's a huge goal of mine. I want it to be successful. I want it to be really good. And I've been such a stickler of like, it has to be on video. It has to be at this time of day so the lighting's right. It has to be this. It has to be that. It just runs so parallel to what I teach. If I was coaching you for weight loss, which I am on this podcast, if you are new, welcome. You have to be creative and flexible. And when you're very rigid, things just don't get done. That's how it is with my podcast development, my course development, like the products I want to give for you guys. Like, it's very rigid and I have to like do it in a certain order. And when I'm like that, nothing gets done because I'm a busy mom and I just everything's just always happening around you like this. It's like crazy. You have to get creative and flexible. I talk about that in my weight loss coaching program. If you are too rigid, if you are not flexible and creative, it's going to be a really tough ride for you. So just because you want to eat XYZ 5 days a week, no matter what, portioned perfectly, it's probably not going to happen. And when you don't get that done and you start bashing yourself for not getting it done, that's when you quit. So I was like, hey, I have a camera, I have a mic, I can do these quick mini episodes. So I had to get creative and flexible. Here I am, I'm getting it done. It's not perfect. Your weight loss journey is not going to be perfect either. What makes it perfect and what gets you results is just doing little tiny things. Like, what can I do today to actually check this off my list and feel good about it? And I don't feel great about this. I have makeup on from yesterday. My hair is messy. I'm in my pajamas, but here I am, I'm getting it done. So think about how you can be creative and flexible with your weight loss journey. This episode is about meal prepping and just some quick tips. And I get a lot of pushback on meal prepping and cooking for yourself at home because you guys, my audience, you guys are busy moms. You're like, holy crap, like we eat out all the time because I'm at soccer practice, I'm here, I'm there, I'm working full time, I'm commuting from San Francisco. Like, people commute, like there's all types of, my hair is like really bothering me, sorry. There's all types of reasons that cooking at home can feel like a burden, and like it's like a hard no, like I can't do it. So hopefully this little mini episode gives you some quick tips. They're probably tips you heard before, but they are helpful and useful. And I hope that it can help you feel like you can actually start doing this, because cooking at home for yourself is a great way to jumpstart your weight loss journey. So one of the things that keeps people from losing weight or being successful on their weight loss journey is that they don't cook at home. They eat out a lot. And if that's you, that's cool. Eating out is fine when you're on a weight loss journey. You just need to know how to navigate the restaurants. But it would be a really good idea if you considered like cooking for yourself more. So not even considered, but actually doing it. When am I the most tired, or I feel like I'm like lagging in energy, but I have to cook, like I have to make dinner? Well, it's pretty much during the work week. So my recommendation to you is, where can you move the time that you have to spend to a place where you don't feel rushed, you feel like you can get something done, and it doesn't feel like a burden or exhausting to prepare a healthy meal for you. And one of the ways that you can do that is obviously through meal prepping. We're busy moms, we have a lot going on, and it can be intimidating to think about, oh my gosh, I have to start cooking for myself. Like, you'll come and tell me like, okay, I want to lose weight, like let's do this. And I'm like, okay, well, you need to start cooking for yourself more. Here's some ideas. And you don't want to do it because you're fearful that you don't have enough time. Like cooking at home more takes more time. It takes effort, takes energy, which you feel like you don't have right now. I get it. So instead of doing like a huge giant Sunday meal prep, I recommend doing just a few things, like chop some vegetables and maybe make some meat. So you just have some protein ready on the go, on the fly, like in case you like get stuck at sports practice for a long time or something. It doesn't have to be these huge hours long, like perfectly portioned meal preps every Sunday, every week, like you see online. I mean, if you want to do that, go for it. I do some things like that, like my breakfast I did today, but be the sous chef in your house. Like prep everything before you make the meal. So like on Monday, you have everything to make the tacos. You can just get the tacos done or whatever. It should be something you made at home. And you might be saying, oh, well, just because I make it at home doesn't make it, less calorie dense, or that doesn't mean I'm going to lose weight. Yes, you're correct. You still need to portion your food out and make sure that you're eating in the right amounts for your calorie budget. But it's typically going to have less butter, less oil. It's going to be a lot cleaner. And you'll have control of the portions. And that's really the kicker. Cooking for yourself more will help you build the routine of cooking at home more, which then you can fine tune to fit into your schedule exactly how it works for you. But to save time, I do recommend some sort of meal prepping. Prepping a few things is good. So I just wanted to show you what I prepped this week. So Sunday morning, I don't usually do a huge meal prep on Sunday. I have started making bread, which is like a whole other side hobby I've been trying to get into. But I wanted to give you a quick tip on eating more vegetables. So you buy a bunch of vegetables, you put them in the drawer, and they sit there and they go bad and you don't eat them. And you could have been snacking on those instead of grabbing like the prepackaged snack foods. So I wanted to show you what I did, and it's very easy. Obviously, I made these pickles. I'm obsessed with these. I have found the recipe of some girl on Instagram, you guys. Instagram has the best recipes. It is so easy, and this is a really great way to get your vegetables. So I've had this broccoli and carrot just sitting in my fridge, not getting eaten. I got it for dinner like a week ago, and I never used it because I didn't want to chop it. That's the thing. It's like, okay, on Sunday, the tip is chop your vegetables. You're going to eat them. You can just grab them while you're like in a hurry out the door. You've got a little bit of vegetable in, you got something in your stomach that's healthy. Pickled carrots and broccoli. I'm obsessed with these. Everyone has to eat this. Okay, and then I chopped cucumber. So I just have this chopped. This is not like a huge deal. I just chopped it. So I can grab this, my daughter can grab it, my husband can grab it. We can just throw it in a salad. Like, we don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, it's Wednesday, I have to chop all the food for the salad at dinner. No, it's ready to go. And then the same thing I did, I had a little bit of onion and bell pepper left over that was just sitting in there. And I was like, I just went to Costco. I need to use these extra vegetables. Well, now I made this slaw with, this is a few bell peppers and just a little bit of onion. And we can throw this in our eggs in the morning. We can throw it in our meat. If we're making tacos, it's ready to go. We barbecued a giant tri-tip. We have a bunch of meat left over. So that's one of the things I love about Costco is like I can get a bunch of meat and then we'll make it for dinner, and there's always a bunch left over, and then you can use that throughout the week. I'm gonna make salads with this. And then the one kind of meal prepper thing I did do, these are still setting, but this is chia pudding with protein powder. So it's like vanilla chia pudding, and then I put fruit on top. Again, it's not all the way done. I'm gonna put the fruit on later, but it's ready for me in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm gonna have these for my snack. Romaine and some arugula. I'm gonna clean and chop this lettuce and put it in a Ziploc bag so it stays nice and crispy. It's like I'm making myself the bagged salad. What can you do to make your life a little easier without having to, like, if you do those meal preps, it's so labor intensive. It's literally the entire day. So like if you do, those, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen them. But I like to just do like little things like, can I prep some meat? Like we already have some meat, so I am gonna do some chicken later this week, but can I chop some vegetables so I can just grab and go? We have half a watermelon in there. So just having some quick snacks. And I always say start with snacks if you're new to this, because it can be overwhelming. It is a lot of time. Start with snacks, and that's what I kind of have in there is like veggies and fruit and quick things I can make a salad with, because that's what I like to eat. But it's just better for you to start thinking about cooking for yourself, making your own snacks, instead of going to the convenience store or the vending machine if you're at the office, or the cafeteria and grabbing a bag of chips because that's all they have because the cafeteria is closed and you can't get, something else from the cook. Like it's just so ridiculous. You will be so much happier because you'll be able to stick with your weight loss journey. So basically the idea is to just prep a few things ahead of time and not do like a full meal prep like you see on Instagram or Pinterest, but think of like how a restaurant preps. Like they don't make everything, they don't dice every little thing all at once. They're grabbing out of their prep trays and making your meal. That's how I recommend like busy moms handle cooking at home more when they're not used to it, because it is a lot to make a full meal from scratch or semi from scratch after work, after doing sports drop-offs, being at a game. It's not fully prepped and perfectly all, they all look the same and it's all like aesthetic. No, like what are the couple things that you can make to make it easier and less overwhelming to cook for yourself at home? And that's a really great way to start tackling your weight loss journey, is cooking for yourself at home. Again, if you're not ready to portion control yet, that's fine. But even just being at home and cooking for yourself semi from scratch is going to help you. And I say semi from scratch because I have like pre-made food in there up the wazoo, but having some things on the side, salads and things like that, meats, it's going to help you really clean up your nutrition and be able to stay within your calorie budget. This is a learning process, you guys. It's not an overnight skill. If you're not used to cooking for yourself at home and portioning your food, it takes time. So I recommend doing these little mini preps. I think this took me an hour, or this is definitely less than an hour. I mean, I've been in here doing other stuff, but start to finish with all this, less than an hour actually. And this, the meat, like we made for dinner, so this was a twofer. If you make chicken for dinner, just make 3 or 4 extra portions. There's your meal prep right there. It's done. Then it's waiting for you. So I do that a ton with dinner too, all the time. I just over make something, and then that becomes your lunch or even your dinner for the next couple days. It saves money, it saves time, it's less hassle. When you're tracking your food, you know exactly what you had already because it's in there and you can just copy and paste. It takes like negative seconds to do. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I made this week. Chop some lettuce, chop some vegetables. This can go in salad for snack. Leftovers, meat. Make some pickles. You won't regret it. They're so good and it takes no time at all. Some protein chia pudding. I'm gonna put some fruit on it later. It's gonna be great. All right.